Hi guys, I'm Stephanie Campbell.
And I'm Kelly Dugan.
And you're listening to Realtor Therapy with Steph and Kel.
Just two real estate besties swapping stories, sharing the good, the bad, and the ugly of what it really looks like to be a full-time top producer.
Stick around if you need a little therapy yourself.
You won't regret it. Hello.
What's up?
Happy spring market days.
Oh my gosh, happy spring market days.
How you holding up?
Today's an okay day, but I feel like I'm scared of my email right now. Like I have a lot to catch up. Like I haven't had time to sit at a desk and
That's one thing with like my phone being so integrated with my computer is I check my email as I would check my text messages.
Why? What would that matter?
Because I feel like if there's an email, like I would have not known about all that village inspection repairs list if I didn't check my email.
Somebody better be texting me or calling me. I
wonder if you had a Mac and if it was as accessible as it is for me, if you would check it.
Why would that matter? My email's on my phone like everybody else.
Oh, you still don't check it like on the regular?
No.
You only check it on your computer.
I will scroll for emergencies if I think that there's things going on, but no.
Wow. That would, like, if I have unread emails, like right now I only have probably 13 unread emails.
Are you kidding me? Do you know, like...
I know. You're like one that has, how many unread emails do you have?
I'm going to tell you. 1,062 right now.
And that's in your work email?
That's in my work email. Oh, God. The personal email is easy 100K.
Oh, my gosh.
I just don't look at it.
Oh, my
Doesn't
gosh.
exist.
I need to be more like you.
I am...
I couldn't do it.
I'm an 80s baby. You want to get a hold of me, you call me on the phone.
That is so funny.
I just hate email.
I mean, yeah, I don't love it either, but I feel
but
like
I do. All my clients know, like text me. I am, again, everybody works differently, but I answer my phone like almost always.
Oh, yeah.
And I think too, like that's why I'm so addicted to this Apple Watch that I'm going to try the Ring. I ordered that Ring.
Yeah, I got it.
I'm so addicted to my watch because even like when I'm in a workout, I feel like I know I have a line on it. I know if anybody's calling me or texting me.
See, it's like I just feel so torn with that because I truly feel like, and this is where like this, I think this aspect is one of the only things that like separates our little bit of a generational gap.
Yeah.
Is like, I truly don't feel like I should be that accessible at all times. Like,
and isn't that funny coming from the person, maybe I can be accessible all the time because I don't check my email.
Maybe that makes sense. That's the balance.
I am a night owl. Yeah. Whereas like you like to decompress at night.
Yes. Yeah, no, I definitely, that was a big reason why I got rid of my watch. I feel like it caused me so much extra stress because I would be in the middle of something to where like I couldn't do anything even if I wanted to. So my wrist vibrating and going crazy like just would add to my stress. And I'm like, okay, I can't even get to this if I wanted to. So why not just find out what it is when I'm done doing what I'm doing and I can actually attend to it, you know?
That's so funny. And I'm also like thinking about my father-in-law because as some may know, my in-laws are with me a lot of time. But my father-in-law, like if I ever want to get a hold of him, I am never sending him a text message. I'm calling him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's just so funny how... Again, and
you could
I
just
think
explain
if I was
so much more over the phone, I feel like
if I was a desk job person, it'd be different because I used to be at a desk.
Right.
That used to be
crazy.
That used to be my life, and obviously, like that was like way different. But
I like to call when I'm driving. I feel like that's like two birds with one stone.
Love to make phone calls in the car.
Yeah. Even if it's just to you.
Sometimes we got to vent, you know. Kelly and I are still each other's therapists.
Oh, 100%. I know. I kind of feel like I was a little bit of a downer today just because it's so crazy right now.
Well, and when Kelly's stressed about something, it's actually good for me because then I get a break. Like I think that for some reason we just ebb and flow.
Yeah.
When you have crazy people you're working with, I mean, you guys, I don't want to brag, but
what?
I have had so many nice clients recently. Like, oh my God, I debated screenshotting my conversation with my clients from yesterday. It was the most feel good conversation of my entire life. They, first of all, I met them on Saturday at the property for like just a final I was grabbing some paperwork for Jason from them.
Okay.
One final look through the property before they sold it. So I was representing the sellers. They brought me flowers. Okay.
Oh, I saw that on your story. That was really nice.
Yeah, it was so sweet. And I sent them a gift. And they were just, I mean, the messages and how appreciative and how they couldn't have done this without me and like all this. Like, and actually, I feel like this conversation makes me think that we should just jump into the, or do you want to really talk about marketing first?
I mean, whatever.
I feel like we're kind of like leaning into it really quick, and we could make this a shorty.
Yeah. Okay.
You know?
We could talk about like what things we do that
I was just
aren't
gonna.
part of
We had 2 topics that Kelly and I were going to talk about today if we have time, and one was we were going to talk about some marketing stuff, so that might be the next episode. But this, I wanted to talk about how a lot of the public doesn't really realize, and I think a good title for this actually would be like, oh, we did have this title before. We don't just open doors, didn't we?
Yeah, we did. I mean, all the hats that we wear, I guess.
It's just that I don't think people realize what goes on within, finding the home is one thing, selling the home is one thing.
Yeah.
What goes on once you're under contract is bananas to get to the closing table.
100%. Like, I truly feel like that's where a lot of our value lies. Obviously, the marketing and the getting it under contract and all the things that, of course, is crucial. But once you're under contract, like, your job is just beginning in a way.
Yeah.
I mean, look, this village inspection, for example.
I mean, talk about that a little bit. Like how,
Yeah.
and that's why people don't realize they're paying us to be consultants through an intense negotiation from start to finish. And like we said, it doesn't just, a lot of it begins at contract time.
Yeah.
So like people sometimes say like, oh, your job's going to get replaced with AI and this and that. Like I do actually feel very confident.
No, yeah.
That
because we're dealing with human emotions.
Yes.
Which is unregulated.
100%. Again, can somebody go out and find a house and buy it by themselves? They can do that now. They've been able to do that forever.
Right.
It's just
there's a reason why
when the
we
roads
still have jobs.
when the waters get choppy, that's when we
and just
are
keeping
invaluable.
Everything going well. Like even I have a client that's under contract and he's in a bit of a vulnerable state because we got our offer accepted contingent on his closing of his house. And they had multiple offers and we have a kick-out clause.
Is that the one that
No.
God, okay.
But just for example, so like yesterday we had the inspection and this guy's he's an older guy. So he's not like, like I've been kind of putting a little bit of the flame under him to like, we have to move quick on this, all this. And that's another thing too, is like, especially the baby boomer generation, like they think they can go see a house and like twiddle their thumbs about it for a week and mull it over. Like you can't, like they're not used to this really fast paced kind of moving. And that's another part where our job comes in, is to like get it going and in a gentle way too.
True.
In a gentle way.
So true. I just experienced this.
I'll tell my clients all the time, like I'll always say like, I'm so sorry this feels so rushed. I know it's not ideal, but unfortunately we do have to give these sellers, either an offer or an answer or whatever it may be. Like it's handling, because I guarantee you that there's agents out there who are probably pretty good at their job, but they probably have a poor way of delivering that to some clients, and probably the client hates them because like, all this realtor did was rush me, where it's like, I'm doing the same thing, but it's kind of in the way that it's delivered and kind of how you handle the client. But anyways, he was in this vulnerable state because he's contingent on close, everything. And we had the home inspection yesterday and like the humidifier was broken. There was like a little bit of signs of like past moisture, like nothing crazy. And which by the way, I was with Mike yesterday and he told me you had a fun inspection.
Oh my God.
But anyways, and so
I know
I'm telling
that's
him,
another that's another podcast topic maybe. It's funny because he was saying like we should have, it's too bad we didn't have like a video crew. Like, well, we had Molly actually. Oh, Molly was there for it. You did the inspection yesterday.
Molly went to an inspection now. Molly's going to inspection.
Molly is well-rounded.
She is well-rounded.
Yeah. There were just some personalities that were interesting at the inspection. And honestly, I have to say that like props to Mike. Holy cow.
He's very patient.
His level of patience is remarkable.
And sometimes we feel secondhand embarrassment when our clients are acting a certain way. Like sometimes I'm like, I'm so sorry. He goes, oh, she even called me after and apologized.
I know. That's how bad I felt. Yeah.
But yeah, it's the delivery of, your clients, and, there was the humidifier broken. There was some signs of past moisture, and, you have to, again, all about the delivery. Like, these are not detrimental items. Like, if we were in a different position, maybe you weren't contingent on close. Maybe the seller didn't have multiple offers. Of course, I want my client to get the most that they can. Let's get a credit. Let's try. But there are certain scenarios where that is going to work in a very, very, very opposite way of your favor.
Yeah.
So that kind of thing. And then again, the village inspections, back to being under contract. My client, we submitted an offer. There was multiple offers, 12 offers on this property. And my client won, and we got the inspection. Listing agent was super, clear up front about it being an as-is deal, yada, yada, yada.
Did they say anything about the...
We both kind of forgot Moni had it, to be honest.
Okay, well, then that's... honest,
right?
Yeah.
Like Moni has one of those village inspections, which we've talked about in the past on the podcast, and it's one of those things that like you don't know what that village inspector is going to come back with, and those village inspectors come back with a laundry list of repairs that one of two things: either the seller needs to do before closing, or the buyer has X amount of days to do it after they move in. So my client got the home inspection, found out all the defects, and was totally fine. Like, yeah, I'm good to move forward. Like, he's going to fix it up as he goes. This is a first-time home buyer, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And then we get this laundry list of repairs from the village inspection of everything that needs to be done now within this crunch time frame. And it's kind of a lot. Like they're saying that a lot of the windows need to be replaced. The driveway needs to get, patched and resealed.
Like expensive stuff.
Yeah. Like a lot of like the bushes that are growing into the house, like, that's not cheap either. And like even the GFCI outlets, like it is, I will say 85% of it is very, very minor, but still is going to rack up in costs, like cracks in the drywall that need to be patched and, everything. So now it's kind of like, okay, now I have this whole other objective in front of me as to like, is this still getting to the closing table? And that's the first thing I'm going to do after we're done recording is I have to now call my client. We need to go through that entire list and determine if it's something that he's willing to take on after closing, or if this deal dies, or if the seller wants to. And what sucks is they had 12 offers. Like if I go back to the agent and say like, oh, he wants 20 grand off, I bet you my life they're going to call the other offers and see, what they have in store.
I mean, and the thing is though, but they will have to say to the other offers, like,
but it's at a price to where I bet you that some investors were looking at it and they're going to do it. Whereas my client was buying it for him. My client was buying it for himself. Like a first time home buyer. I'm
surprised they didn't get cash offers that they would have gone with instead then. At that price
I don't know.
point.
I don't know. I have no idea. I mean, obviously I knew the listing agent, so that helps, but
did he say that they got cash offers?
He didn't say, no.
That's interesting. Well, one thing that I wanted to talk about too was I went on and, motivated by Molly here, and I think Kelly's going to do a few more too. It's so, what, that's another podcast topic. I don't know.
The cringiness of marketing yourself?
No.
We should do
I want to talk about how we have to be influencers, and it's like very stressful to be an influencer.
I hate that part of our job, and I think that's what fuels me to always say how much I hate our job, because there's
oh my god,
there's always that devil on your shoulder that's like, hey, you didn't post this, or like, hey, you haven't posted in a week. And it's like, I am so swamped with my everyday clients, and I am so in the weeds and then in the trenches right now. The last thing that I'm thinking about is posting not only like just posting anything. Like, I'm out, I'm busy, I have this inspection, I have these showings, I have these clients I have to answer to.
I almost want to take a poll or like get feedback from other realtors. And honestly, I think it would be interesting to send out, like for our email list that we're making with other realtors, I think it would be really interesting to send out like a survey and get feedback on.
I'm sure every agent hates it. And I think this is truly what I feel like if you love the marketing, like if you love having that obligation, I shouldn't say love the marketing side, because listing videos can be fun, like those things. Like,
I kind of love the marketing side, I'm not gonna lie. Like, and I don't even mind the whole like pressure of
it's the time
influence. It's just the time, but I like also obviously I couldn't do it without.
Yeah, you
would
wouldn't.
Truly,
our Instagrams would not look a fraction of what they do without Molly, and we know that.
I know. No, it couldn't.
What are you doing on your computer right now?
I am
Shut
trying,
that thing,
Molly. Did you ever find the Filmora password? Okay, I'm gonna do
Stephanie
forgot
has an
password.
issue with engaging on podcasts.
Guys, I'm sorry. I think I have ADD probably for sure.
Well, obviously, but it's because you have your computer up while we're in the middle of a conversation.
But what I wanted to say was so again, I'm jumping topics all around because of my ADD.
But really quick, let's put a pin in that we do. I really want to talk about to other realtors like what
our
it
influencers.
entails.
I don't have my phone. Where's our shared notes? Do you have your phone?
Yeah.
Put it in the shared note podcast thing.
Because I hate that part of our job. I really do.
Okay, well, we are well aware. We should have, I wonder if is there anybody that's super good at social media influencing? I mean, I'm thinking of somebody right now that I don't want to have on the podcast, but it would be interesting to have somebody that like solely does like social media influencing and how that has increased their real estate business and what amount of time needs to be spent on social media. You know what I mean?
Too much for me.
Okay.
And I honestly, I feel like that's a lot of, like, I don't post anything personal about my life. And not because I'm this super private person that doesn't want anyone to know about my life. It's simply because like I wouldn't be ever off my phone if I did that. Like, because I feel like that I'm always on my phone. I
do think that. Yeah, you don't post that much personal stuff like ever. Once like
no
a month.
Yeah, maybe.
So-and-so's birthday.
Yes, honestly. And like, I know that that's a big thing too. And like, oh, you know, people like when you, and I'm not opposed to it, but it's too much. It's too much for me. I just don't feel like it's necessary. I don't think I'd have social media if it wasn't for my job, if I'm being honest.
I totally believe that. What I was going to say was, so not Nancy, my client, I went on like face like this for the first time in the car. And I was telling a story, and it's funny because a couple people brought it up to me like, oh, you said that you're going to tell the full story on the podcast. So I was like, oh, I feel like I have to tell the whole story on the podcast. But one thing I wanted, again, like in a world where AI is not going to take our job, I'm just going to tell a story about a client that I had to help that required a ton of hand-holding, like a ton. And it was because it was this client that she had like 17 stairs to get to her condo. She had very poor health.
How old is she?
She's only 73.
That's still old for that amount of stairs, no?
I mean, maybe it's because I have parents that are in this realm.
Yeah.
But they are fit as fiddles. Like,
yeah, they
are, you know, all the wits, physicality, like everything. I mean, obviously, like health things start to go wrong and people have to be on more vitamins and pills. But I mean, as fit as fiddles, this woman, I am not kidding you. Like, I truly would have thought if I just met her and I had no idea, I would say like in her 90s, easy. Like, easy. That's how poor her health was. She's very frail and thin, has a bad heart condition, just like very, 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 very bad.
Yeah.
Okay. So anyway, she sadly has no family. The only family that she has is, well, it's not even, it's like a person that used to work for her, had like, she became close with, like a working relationship. Okay. And so that became like her closest friend. She became the godmother to that person's daughter. Okay. So it's just a mother and a daughter. These are her only like companions.
That's
at
sad.
all. No siblings, no cousins, no aunts or uncles. Obviously parents have passed, like terrible. So I go on this venture to basically like help sell her house. Okay.
Yeah.
And it was an adventure, to say the least. And we got super duper lucky and found the perfect spot that was like an attached ranch condo, like where the garage was attached.
Where at?
In Orland.
Okay.
So that was a serious miracle. Got her offer accepted. Ended up selling her place super quick. Thank God. But I mean, she had no email, no computer. So couldn't DocuSign anything. Had to go in person to sign like every contract, right?
Yeah.
Every change in the contract. And it was terrible because anytime also for the loan documents, and think about applying for your loan. So she had to literally go make an appointment with the bank, meet there in person. It was awful. The
Isn't
lender,
it crazy that that's how it used to be done?
I know.
Like that
Think
goes
about
to
how much
show.
slower pace the world was.
I
And
know. I wish we could go back to that.
I guess we would have done a lot less transactions. I don't know. Actually.
I don't
Maybe
know.
not. No, because we would have had more time because we wouldn't have been like, yeah.
We wouldn't have been like, running around like a chicken with our head cut off all the time because banks closed at 5 and that was it. And that closed at 5. Like we'd probably be more 9 to 5ers.
God, that would be a really great interview actually, to interview
An older agent.
Yes.
That would be.
Who?
Like someone who I'm talking like 60s and up.
Oh, yeah, 70s. Or somebody that just like really was rocking it during that era. I know somebody that.
Who?
I haven't met them yet, but I.
So like an idol of yours or
no,
something?
But a friend of mine was telling, their grandma was supposed to reach out to me, and they like owned some brokerages back in the day and like were like the number one agent in the pocket or something.
We should
That
totally,
would be so interesting. I would love that.
Yes, because
I'm going to message her.
I would love to compare like what, a top producing agent's life and day is like today
what
versus
did they do
then.
back in the day?
Yes. Well,
Okay,
there was the books. I know that. Like,
Yeah.
each brokerage had a book of what their listings were, and you had to go to the office and look through their book and see what their listings were.
That would be so interesting. So anyway, moral of the story is with my very kind older client, like there was just a lot of chaos and stress that went on the entire time. The lender completely dropped the ball. Like, I mean,
What was
it was Molly. It was, I don't know if
it was a bank?
It was a bank. I'm probably not allowed to say the name.
Why not?
I think there's like a license law about talking smack. I think it's only about other brokerages though.
Name that bank.
Oh, it starts with an H and ends in ton.
Oh, okay.
So anyway,
Rhymes with Runnington.
the funny thing is that second closing of this year that they completely effed up and dropped the ball on and missed the closing date by like a week. I'm not talking a day, a freaking week. They were awful. I will tell every client that brings me a pre-approval from them to run for the hills. So, that was super stressful, but there was times where literally like she had to unlock her credit. I think I told this on the Duval podcast maybe.
Yeah.
She had to unlock her credit and she literally was like, tried to cancel the entire deal over it. She literally tried to cancel the entire deal. I'm done. I'm not doing this. Like, I'm like, we can do this.
Right.
Moral of the story, there's a lot of hand holding. Fast forward to moving day. Okay.
Okay.
So closing for.
Was it a double close too? Like same day?
No, it was not the same day. I think it was like, I think she had a couple day lease back or something. But she'd be at closing for her buy the same time her movers were coming at the place where she lived. So I ended up meeting the movers by myself for her. And basically I had to help move all her small items, like not just the refrigerator and like how package, and think about like everything tiny, the last minute stuff.
Oh yeah, right. Because movers really don't do.
Yeah, that movers don't do. Her friend did the bulk of the work, like the bulk. The friend that with the goddaughter, she did a ton, and it just like funny because this is obviously outside of our wheelhouse. So like I spent a good part of my day, like maybe I was there at her house at 8:30 in the morning. I probably didn't get back home until like 2 or something like that.
Yeah.
So that was my entire day. Again, when do you think I was checking my emails during that time? And so I like literally moved her out and moved her into her place. But it was, I mean, I sweated like a dog and it was hilarious and crazy. And she was obviously extremely grateful. But it's just insane the things that we have to do.
Oh, yeah.
That
I know. Well, that was even like, we talked about this, the Duval client, like my blind client, same thing.
Oh, yes.
Like they, he couldn't sign a contract on DocuSign or anything. He couldn't even read a text message. Like everything to him was a call or in person. Like it's definitely more common with like the elderly. I mean, I just had my dad's deal too, which like, obviously he's my dad, so I have a little bit more responsibility when it comes to him. But like when I tell you that I bought that house, but with his money, I'm saying I did everything on his end when it came to anything, because he has such a short fuse. So when it came to like, he called me one day, he's like, they just need everything. Do they need a blood sample? What else do they need?
You mean about getting a loan?
About getting a loan. I'm like, Dad, you know, like it was just, you know, he was a special, very special deal. And thank God for, you know, my stepmom, because she was able to handle her side of things, but it was too much for her to handle his and hers. So like it basically was me and my stepmom that did everything for this house. Because he couldn't handle the technology, and he just, you know, it just feel like when people are older and stuck in their ways, and yeah, you have to find a way around that. And again, I didn't have to be as gentle as I with a client, you know, my dad is my dad, but like again, it's like all about how you handle the situation, how you handle, like you were probably very calm with her when she was like about the whole, like freaking out about the whole credit thing. Like the way that you respond and the way that you react to things that go on with your clients is ultimately going to bounce back in how they react too. And that's like such, I feel like, a fine art of our job too, is how we handle those situations.
100%.
But yeah, we do a lot outside of our outside of our wheelhouse, almost too much. There's one client, I swear, they bought with me. They closed about 3 weeks ago. So that was a 45-day closing. So since the first showing that I took them on, I'm not kidding you when I tell you that her and I talk from like sun up to sundown almost every day. Like, it's insane.
I mean, and that's the thing. It's like, people don't realize when they say like, oh, you guys make too much money or things like that, like
divvy up my hours.
That's why we often joke about like, if you guys even realized, nobody would pay us if we only got paid hourly.
Right.
Because I mean, again, of course there's some deals that like are easy layups, but that's because people don't see the deals that we spend 2 years on, that we end up getting zero on.
Yeah.
You know, because they decide to do an addition or whatever, like, and we're just stuck there with, you know, countless moments of our lives that we can't get back.
Hope and pray that they send you a referral, because that's the best that it's going to get out of that.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's
it. That's all she wrote.
That's all she wrote.
Okay. Well, great to see y'all again. It's been a hot minute.
I know. We'll have to come in a day next week and do marketing stuff.
Okay, if you say so.
Okay. Toodaloo for now, guys.
Bye.
Bye.